What's up, everyone, and welcome to the 26th episode of the MMA Bourbon Appreciation Society. I am Jeremy Johnson, television commentator, along with Jim Range, photographer extraordinaire, and, of course, Cutman Craig, who broke every rule of radio and didn't turn his phone off.
You know, you got to leave it.
Turn it down.
I appreciate that, so there is that.
You got to leave it one time. He's got one job. That's it.
He shows up, he drinks whiskey, and
see, and there we are, 30
and
seconds
he took his drinks
in.
and left.
Boom.
All right, now.
All right.
Oh, I love it. So Craig is going to sit from the back now for a minute. I love it.
So do we have DJ K-pop step in?
Oh, my God. So anyway, as soon as we get Cutman Craig back up here, because we do have a lot to talk about tonight, we are talking whiskey. We have a very interesting sip, sink, and save tonight. We are doing the battle of the barrel proof slash foolproof.
What's the difference?
Slash swinging dick.
Well, I mean, there is that a little bit going on. But hey, you know, it is what it is. So barrel proof basically literally means straight out of the barrel. It's whatever it came in at, it's whatever it goes out at. That's what it is. Foolproof has actually been filtered. It is a filter at the end. They keep the strength, but it varies about 1 to 2% from what it goes into the barrel, and they can also filter it, add a little bit of water to get it to a desired of, I think it's 120.
Yeah, but it's down. Foolproof is down to the proof that entered the barrel at, where barrel proof is what it comes out.
Yeah.
So barrel proof, you don't add any distilled water to it to break it down further.
So they put a condom on it, is what you're saying?
I mean, kind of. Okay. A little filtration of some sort.
But no,
you know?
but foolproof is really, it's what it enters the barrel on, exactly.
Right. So we do have some very interesting ones tonight for Sip, Sink, and Save. We have a Weller Foolproof. I believe that's a store pick.
Yeah, we're actually just sipping on Blue Riff, by the way, which if you haven't had it, quite tasty.
Yeah, it makes, actually, I'm going to use it tonight in our cocktail, which is, it's a super kind of sweet bourbon, works out real well as a mix. But again, for Sip, Sink, and Save tonight, we have Weller Foolproof store pick. We have an E.H. Taylor Barrel Proof. Yeah, we do.
Batch 10. Actually, that's the latest batch of it.
And the sad part is we have one each.
Yep.
We do. But that's okay. And then we are throwing something into the mix that, number one...
Three very good bourbons tonight.
No. It's...
I was waiting.
It's two very good bourbons.
I'm fighting everything I have not to fucking say something.
No. It's two very good bourbons and a Tennessee whiskey barrel proof. Mm-hmm. So
it says bourbon on the label.
Where?
And
find it on that label and you show me.
The best part is we're at 130 proof. I believe 127, and the full proof is 114. So,
I just want the Wellers.
A little 20 proof difference there between top and bottom.
So it'll be a fun one to see how that plays out tonight. Also, we are talking some fun stuff. We're going to talk about barrel char, which, I mean, sounds kind of silly, but the science is what makes whiskey whiskey.
And it's amazing the different duration.
Oh,
you go to it from a few seconds to several minutes with it.
It changes everything. And so we'll kind of break that down a bit, and we'll figure out how science do we really want to go. Because, I mean, as you're looking at my iPad, I wrote like this long diatribe on how and why it all works.
Yeah, that's boring.
I think the durations is the part that really shocked me on the difference from a
They take fire and burn wood. Done.
But there's a lot that goes to it. But then also we've got a lot of MMA action tonight, of course. Cutman Craig was at Invicta. He'll bring us all of the info from it. We've got some UFC info. Big fight this weekend with it. We've got some regional MMA with LFA here in St. Louis, Missouri, where we're home based, along with Shamrock Fighting Championships. Bellator 273, of course, is coming up, and a whole lot more.
Unification, heavyweight unification.
Yep. Yeah, a lot going on tonight. So,
yes, sir.
But you know, first as always, we have a drink, and I think that you guys seem to have liked the one that I made tonight.
It's very good. Yep.
I think Craig took care of that quite quickly. Would you like me to make you another one?
It's been a long week.
So
it's only Thursday. And it's been a really long week.
Well, tonight I have been asked to kind of go back for the next couple of cocktails to the classics. We got some notes that came through that people are wanting some of the old school stuff. So I'm going to do an old school sidecar tonight, which is basically, I'm going to do the bourbon version of it because we're the bourbon show. It's actually generally done with brandy, but there is a bourbon one.
I don't know if I'd like it with brandy. I'm not a brandy person, though.
I'm not either.
And the sidecar, it's really good because you don't have that normal brandy.
Well, it takes the bite out of it. It really does, because the Cointreau kind of kills that.
This actually has a pretty good little kick to it.
Well, for as sweet as it is, because I did change it up a little bit, and we're going to use a strawberry puree in it. So we're actually making a strawberry sidecar tonight. So
okay,
we are going to get started with that. First, of course, you always need your tumbler and some ice.
It's Craig's version of a strawberry daiquiri.
That's a decent way to put it.
Dude, I don't think I've ever had a strawberry daiquiri.
It's because
you know what he's getting on the next show.
I could do that. 2 dashes of orange bitters.
I'm lost, but whatever.
No, I could do strawberry daiquiri. I could actually do strawberry daiquiri with bourbon. We're going to need a ½ ounce.
I like how everything he makes, it's got to be with bourbon.
Well,
we are a bourbon shop.
or uppercut whiskey.
That's right.
Well, that is true, and that is now going to be in stores very soon. Thank you very much. We'll talk about
Shameless
that a little
plug.
bit. Well, there's nothing
I thought
wrong
it's a
with
subtle
shameless
plug too, though. That was nice.
It was super
Nicely
subtle.
played.
Yeah. It'll be in stores soon.
All right, we need 2 ounces of bourbon. And since I'm making 2 of these, because Craig needs another one.
Jesus. A little bit of a heavy pour there, bud.
All measured properly.
Yeah, I can see. Yeah, properly over the side of the measure, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
So, all right, next. This is where it gets kind of interesting from that. So you also need then squeeze a lemon. And finally, I'm using a strawberry-infused puree. You could use strawberry shrub. You can make your own. It just kind of adds a little bit of sweetness to it. So drop that in.
And what I love about a bunch of the drinks we make is
that your mother loves them.
My mother loves them too.
That is true.
But
And your wife will drink them.
She'll drink them. But they're takeoffs of drinks made with other liquors. And that's a great thing about finding a drink you like.
What'd you say? Because I didn't hear a word you said over that.
What is shaken? They're takeoffs of drinks made with other liquors.
Yeah, yeah.
So
I get what
you
you're
find your profile that you like with it then, and you just adjust it slightly to get the flavor taste that you're looking for.
Give that a strain. Perfect.
Did producer Matt get one of these, or did he just try
He
to?
had it
Oh,
earlier.
producer Matt has had one. Add yourself a bit of a lime slice there as your garnish.
And say, did he? I know he had the what was the?
He had the
County?
chocolate Kings County too.
Oh yeah, Matt. Producer
Is this
Matt's gonna
ready
have a
to
big
pass
one.
down?
That is ready to send down to Craig. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a bourbon strawberry sidecar. So enjoy. Cheers.
Cheers.
I hope you all
Salute.
enjoyed so far.
K-pop's still sipping on hers.
Yep, well, she's on her second one also. But
I didn't drive, so.
that's fair. You did not.
Craig
It's
didn't
delicious,
drive,
isn't
and
it?
I don't have to drive. So
No, it's pretty good.
this could be an ugly night.
I enjoy it. It's. And the longer it sits, the stronger it gets.
Mm-hmm. I actually really like the new riff with it because the new riff has a very subtle sweetness that almost.
I got to thank my brother-in-law for that one.
Yeah, it was a good pick.
He picked out a winner this year for Christmas. You know, for sure.
I was excited when I got a bottle of it. When you said you got one too.
Yeah. Well, you got a different.
No, I got the same one.
Oh, you got the same one? Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I thought you had a different.
Well,
No, I had in the past. I had.
Oh, okay.
a
I'm
single
sorry.
barrel.
Well, it is definitely a delicious one. Makes a great cocktail tonight. And again, if you want to see any of our recipes, they are going to be out on our Twitter page at MMA Bourbon or on our Instagram at MMA Bourbon Society. But as I said, our whiskey techie nerd talk tonight is about barrel char.
Hey, you guys got that? I'm gonna go sit and drink with her. That shit's boring.
No, it really isn't, because this is the science that makes all of this work. You know, it can be, it really can. It can be any kind of distillate thrown into a barrel out of any kind of grain, and what you did to the barrel is what changes the flavor of it.
It pulls out the oakiness, or
Yeah, so really...
You said pull out. Anyway.
So really what it all comes down to is that in an American oak barrel, because to be bourbon you have to be in a new American oak barrel that's been charred. And so once you heat that barrel up over 284 degrees, I know that this is where the nerd stuff comes out, but you're going to get what's called hemicellulose, okay?
I'm not laughing about that.
But that's what gives you basically wood sugar. It has burned that cellulose down to produce wood sugar. And so at that point, all of the flavors start to come about. The other thing that makes one of the whiskeys, I'm not going to say the bourbon because it's not a bourbon, that makes this particular product so smooth that everybody wants is the charcoal or the charring. So as the more char hits the inside of the barrel, you can also smooth out the whiskey as it's aging.
It's interesting.
It is. And so really what it comes down to also is there are 4 base levels of char, okay? And they go from 1 to 4, and it's all in time. And so, like you said, it's really crazy how such a little time, or there can be a couple of minutes that make the whole difference in the
char
world.
1, what's the timing? It's like 30 seconds or something.
So,
isn't it 15?
I want to say it's 15 seconds. So basically, a 1 minute char is about the norm. But yeah, a char 1 is like 15 seconds. A char 2 is like 35. It goes up from there. It's not much.
But isn't a 4 like 3 or 4 minutes?
It's like
crazy compared to a 1.
A number 4 is about what everybody uses. There actually was a Buffalo Trace though that they did a 7, and it was like 6.5 minutes. And they said basically it just turned it into a cinder, and that it became a super mellow, but it didn't taste like smoke at all. It actually flavored everything. It flavored the oak out and left the sugar in.
So what's it do when you're that long with it and you've got the grooves that you put in the barrel? You can't have much of the grooves left that you're essentially going against the flat charred wood then, right?
Well, no,
when you're in there for that long a time period, or you still got it?
So think about whenever you're burning in a fireplace, okay? So like I said...
when you're personally burning or
right,
burning wood?
Whenever you're burning wood in a fireplace.
Okay, making sure.
So you're looking at about a minute for a number 4. And what it does is, you know how whenever something's burned that much, you start to get the little alligator patterns? All of that kind of turns in the inside of the barrel. So if you look at a stave that has been burned to a number 4 char, they actually will get those little lines and grooves. And then as that liquor comes into it, it will pick the char lines up. And that's where it will start to seep into the barrel and then pull all that out as it expands in the summer and contracts in the winter. So you get a lot of flavor out of basically a number 4 char. But it all comes down to differences. Toasted barrel is another one that's a little different. You know, it's a shorter time. It's not actually burning. It's just toasting the wood. So it gives that more brightness to it. So pulls a lot of the grains through.
And Eric Klotz is adding on to Craig's teenage humor with his comment there. We don't have to repeat it, but it's definitely that teenage humor.
I'm impressed that it takes a minute there, Eric. Very good job.
You know, it says it takes longer than a minute.
Oh, well, I mean, what it...
number 4.
Well, there you go. So...
I mean, whatever.
No, but if you want more information on it, there is a lot actually in how this works. I found it a fascinating topic whenever you told me about it, so I was real stoked to go into it.
Boring as shit, but whatever.
Well, but I mean, have you ever seen it done?
No. Of course, I've only been down there once, and everything is freaking closed.
Well, because COVID killed.
Yeah, COVID killed the radio star.
Basically, yes. It's a really cool process to see. They come.
I bet it's really cool in person, but to sit here and talk about it is, I mean, I'm not going to lie. I'd rather watch
paint dry.
Yeah, I was going to say something else, but that'll be nice.
I mean, I appreciate that.
Old people.
all back to Eric Klotz's comments now. So, all right.
Hey, he started it.
He really did. Mm-hmm. But no, this is one of those though that it's the idea of how it all came about. Yeah. Somebody had to burn these at one point in time to figure out. I mean,
how did they figure that out though? That's my biggest question. Is how in the hell did you figure it out? That this is what you need to do to make this, you know what I'm saying? That's where I'm more interested.
And then figuring out the different levels of it, of the right way to say where you want.
Well, I mean, that's just trial and error.
But I mean, but the fact to start and then go, how far do you go and keep track of them?
Yeah.
So from the way that I understand the history of it, that it all came down to whenever Whiskey Row was looking for new things, they were actually trying to figure out what to do with all the barrels because they were just dumping it into a normal barrel. It was just a normal barrel. It was put in. There was no lines to it. They found that whenever it was burned, it turned the whiskey colors. So the whole reason why we even put it in barrels is because they were shipping it from Bourbon County up the river. Yeah. And they put it in, all this great whiskey was clear when it went into the barrel, and they got into the end of it, and next thing you know, they opened up and it was brown, and they're like, oh my God, it went bad. And then all of a sudden somebody went, well, we'll taste it anyway. And they're like, oh my God, this is amazing. And that's really why it all started. Yeah. But it came down to, as they started to get into more the Bottle and Bond Act of where things became governmental regulations. And they found that, okay, if we burn it, we get a specific color, we're going to call that. And then it all went, like you said, Craig, trial and error to get into where they're at now. So
speaking of brown water, I need a drink.
You are going to open that right here on the air. I'm not going to lie, I'll take one of those also. So,
I'll just open this one.
Go ahead.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. So, but yeah,
I'll try that here in a second. But you know me, I like a Weller's.
Is there an S on the end of Weller? I don't think William had an S on the end of his name.
I said Weller's, and I don't give a shit what you think.
In the comments, once you get to a number 5, you can expect your legs to go numb in your doctor's visit. Number 5 actually kind of makes it taste like a campfire. Yeah. When you get 5, 6, and 7, it becomes pretty hardcore, but it also changes the color immensely. You will pull a lot of brown notes and also a lot of oak out of it. So I have actually had a number 5 char one before. It was pretty interesting. So,
oh my God.
Here we go, right? Oh my.
If my wife's watching upstairs, there's a bottle of this in Jeremy's box. Please go take it and hide it.
And just leave the $600 for it. It's fine. Oh my.
Yeah.
I'm glad we didn't sell these and kept them to drink because damn.
It's good.
Damn it! Now I feel like I should have.
We'll get to yours next.
Yeah, that's all right. Okay. So as we were doing that though,
So it's funny because Chad, who's watching, suggested today that we do blind taste test of these to see, because are we going to be biased because we got a Jack Daniels or we got a Weller or an EH?
Jack Daniels is bourbon.
But we've all got our own preference.
Find it on the bottle.
I didn't say that one.
That's a Jack Daniels bottle.
I mean, we've done it enough that we've said we're going to sink really good bottles.
And we have.
Yeah.
I mean, we sank a Pappy's 10 on this show.
We did, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my.
I like that a lot.
This is going to go real hard tonight.
Oh, that's candy.
That's something fierce.
Too? Oh, my God. It's a little hot, but God dang, it's good.
That's a little hot at 114?
Just wait
till
you
I
move
can't wait till it gets...
Yeah.
I literally went from that, from that old, that new riff to this.
All right. So tonight, Sip, Sink, and Save, Weller Foolproof, E.H. Taylor Barrel Proof, and a Tennessee whiskey in Jack Daniels Barrel Proof.
I got to say, I am very impressed with this.
Well, so we are actually doing these now as a taste that we haven't done. We didn't test these beforehand, as you saw. We actually opened the bottle. So, Craig, pass me down the Tennessee whiskey, please.
You want that next?
Thank you. We're going to go this way out next.
So while we're doing this,
Tennessee whiskey.
Do we want to go ahead and start talking?
Yes.
Craig, why don't you talk about Invicta? Since we didn't do this beforehand, we can talk while we're going
girls
through.
fought and girls won.
But you had an upset.
No, that wasn't.
I don't think that was an upset.
I don't think that was upset. Okay, so Jessica Dabloni beat Alicia Zapatella in a 5-round fight for the atomweight belt. I personally think Dabloni beat her the first time.
Yeah.
They fought again. I gave all 5 rounds to Dabloni. First round could have went either way because she did get a few takedowns.
I can tell you right now, you're all going to flip with my Sip, Sink, and Save tonight.
But other than that, we had a lot of last-minute replacements. But I think all the ladies came in and really brought it. It really was a good show back after a few months off.
Yeah.
Next show is March 9th. Don't know the lineup yet, but I just know it's March 9th. It was a good show. It was a decent show. And they're on Wednesdays now. So
what was the move to Wednesday about?
No competition.
That's a great way to have it. I
mean,
love that
no
idea.
What else? I mean, you got other sports on Wednesday, but you've got no boxing's not on Wednesday.
No
usually
MMA on Wednesday. You might have PFL every once in a great while, whenever they decide to do their schedule. But I don't know. I don't know what their schedule is going to be like. I do know Cutman, brother of mine, is working the inaugural Eagle show this weekend or next weekend.
Oh my God!
Mike Dreesbach's working that.
Yeah, very cool.
He got the call the other day. So,
cool. All right, which one are you on, Craig?
I'm still in the Weller because you guys had me talking. So
well, that's fine. But all right, Jim, which have you had so far?
So I've had the EHT, I'm on the Jack. I want to throw this out real quick.
Yeah.
When we talk about how do you find things, somebody today posted this weekend they went down and did a tour of Old Forester. They picked up an OFBB. After the tour, they were able to buy a couple. So guys, if you're out and about and you're heading to Louisville or that, take your tours, spend the time with them.
Oh, 100%.
Because you're going to find them. That's the best way you're going to find them.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, these we came across from knowing some people.
Yeah.
But they're still out there. I actually saw a Weller Foolproof in the wild the other day. I'm waiting for producer Matt, though, to walk to come taste. Which one would you like?
What do you want? This?
Give him an E.H. Taylor Baylor Proof to start. Because he's going to sink and save with us tonight.
So shouldn't we start from a lower profile with him and work up instead of backwards?
You're going to be surprised when you're tasting.
I know. I'm already surprised. You hear me?
I'm lost.
I'm blown away right now. This is the last thing I would have expected.
I'm sad about what's about to happen. And that's not me. But, oh my.
And I'm really not sure. I'm trying to pick the flavor I'm picking, but I love it.
Producer Matt got
It's almost butterscotchy.
hit there. Hold on one second, Matt.
100%.
It is, isn't it?
There is a butterscotch in that Jack Daniels that I would have never,
There you go.
ever seen.
We've all hit the Jack Daniels, right?
Oh, yeah.
I did a smaller pour just because I can get through them real quick.
But I did not expect that. I'm totally blown away from it. For 100 and, what'd I say it was?
40?
This
130.
This is a 130.2. Ladies and gentlemen, that's hot. That is hot.
But I've got it, honestly, flavor-wise and taste.
I think we killed producer Matt.
Matt just hacked up a longer to the EHT. But, wow. I'm just going to say that. And this is not one of their special releases.
Matt's on the Jack Daniels.
Oh, you gave
Is that what killed you, Matt?
He's on
Jack Daniels?
He already did the H. Taylor.
All right, so we got to do this all up.
Did you already did that one?
No. If they're all going to die, even behind the scenes, Craig, send that one over to
K-pop?
producer DJ K-pop there, because we're all going to have to go this route.
That is, oof. Yeah, I can't do it.
Which one? The Jack Daniels?
Yeah.
Really? Okay. All right.
Wow.
God,
This is going to be the craziest sip, sink, and save ever. All right.
Damn,
Your response, I didn't know what to think from it, but I was like, wow. All right.
I see why
I'm sitting there
producer
throwing
Matt's
a Weller on
choking. That takes your breath
No.
away.
Did you think it's harsh?
Oh,
Strong?
it's so strong. So strong.
Man.
Okay.
I might be a sissy, but God
No,
damn it.
I'm not
knew
saying
that.
that you're a sissy in the least. You have your tastes. I think we may have just killed.
My lips
Producer
are numb
DJ
right now.
K-pop.
My lips are numb because of that.
So,
Well, so that's higher proof than the average bourbon since
No,
it's
I
not
know
a bourbon.
it's
It's not.
that's up there with, I think
shitty
the last couple bottles of proof-wise of my Blanton straight from the barrel. They've both been 130 plus that I've had.
But your Blanton straight from the barrel is not this harsh. Because we sat here and drank it one night. It was really good. It
All
was
right.
not this harsh.
Well, then this is a great setup here. So, UFC veteran Sean Woodson asked 130.2. Okay, 130 proof right here, Sean. We are sitting at
127, isn't it?
127 proof
And 114.
and 114 proof on that one. So,
Hi, Sean.
yeah. So, all right, Craig.
I haven't even got to the H. Taylor yet.
He's still crying.
I'm still on the Jack Daniels. I can barely
my.
drink it. It's that bad.
Okay.
Do me a favor, reach down and grab a glass.
Yeah, give me a glass. Because that shit is strong. I'm being
Speaking
a
of
complete
MMA
sissy.
bourbon appreciation,
Yeah, we still haven't
Yes.
we still have to announce the winners of that.
Yeah, we will do that on our Facebook page, so follow along on Facebook. Yes, Sean, we would consider some of this fire water, but it's really good. So
Now, Firewater,
Firewa-
that's
done that. Ooh,
Everclear.
see, that smells great. This is just, I'm being honest.
Okay.
This shit is
All right.
fucking hot.
No, I love this actually because he's the Jack Daniels guy on the
know.
show. I love every minute of this.
Oh, that's tasty. I'm glad you guys didn't sell those. I like that. That's good.
We're not allowed to sell bourbon, Craig.
Yeah, we don't
That's why
sell
we
bourbon.
don't sell it. We drink it.
At all. We just drink it. So, all right. Now that you have had all three, Cutman Craig Nasello, out of Weller Foolproof, E.H. Taylor Barrel Proof, and Jack Daniels Barrel Proof, what is your sip, sink, and save?
Well, we know your sink. What's your sip?
I can't believe that you're going to sink Jack Daniels.
Did I say I was going to sink?
All right. Ooh, here we go. Okay.
I didn't say anything
did
about
not.
sinking
You
that
did
shit,
not.
did I?
You did
No,
not.
I didn't.
I am going to sink it. It is obnoxiously fucking hot. It is too, I mean, I'm not a rye person, and you guys all know that.
Right.
But that is freaking stupid. That took my breath away. It made my lips numb.
Fair.
Producer Matt almost fainted. That shit's so hot.
Hey,
K-pop looked like shade of marshmallow.
I mean, really?
If you guys didn't know, she almost died behind the
Yeah,
scenes
she-
one
she-
day.
Yeah,
you know.
A couple of shows ago, and we
Yeah.
all kind of freaked back here. Yeah.
Yeah, she choked on a marshmallow.
But so
I'm dead, aren't I?
Yeah.
Let's get this back on track.
Yes.
I
love the fact Craig just brought the show back on track. All
I'm
right.
really torn right now on the Weller and the E.H. Taylor on
Oh, I mean, you're playing.
the E.H. Taylor.
I hate to do this, but everybody watch what
the
I'm
E.H.
about
Taylor
to do.
is candy and the Weller is cotton candy because that shit is amazing. I'm gonna say my everyday drinker is gonna be the Weller, and my special occasion is gonna be the E.H. Taylor because it's so freaking hard to find.
And the Weller's not.
I honestly, but
You like how I throw logic?
Well,
I'm curious what the ice does to it. Tell me
Well,
how it opens it
but
up.
what I'm saying,
but I get what you're saying.
No, I know.
I bought 7 bottles of that one weekend.
right, exactly.
You know.
That this is a little bit easier to find than that.
Yeah, you're
Plain and
exactly right.
simple.
No, you're exactly right.
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
That's a unicorn at this point.
These three, yeah.
This, you know, you might go a couple months and not find one, but then you'll find 7.
Right.
You
Completely.
know, I mean, it's one of those things. It's just you're gonna
Right.
crapshoot. The Jack Daniel's single barrel. I see that shit everywhere, and it's not good. It's just too strong. It's too strong. There's a difference between being, okay, you're on the border, to being like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, who is tasting that shit? Somebody that's an alcoholic and was like, oh, okay, fuck it, we're just doing this.
Well, we know how this is going to go towards the end of the show.
All right,
okay.
I fucking quit.
All right.
All right. So, Craig, final it up. Sip, sink, and save is.
Sip is going to be the Weller, save is going to be the Taylor, and sink is going to be my Jack Daniels that I like a lot.
Hey.
No, I mean, it is what it is. Not everything's a home run.
Fair.
Well, you're
That's
spot
very
on.
fair.
I mean, plain and simple.
Sure. All right. Jim Range, out of the Weller Foolproof,
man.
the E.H. Taylor Barrel Proof, and the Tennessee Whiskey Barrel Proof from Jack Daniels.
This is tough.
Can I guess for him?
Yeah, take your shot.
I think he's going to sip on the barrel proof because it's so hot and he likes hot shit. The save's going to be the Taylor and the sink's going to be the Weller.
You might be close. I'm not sure you're spot on, though.
No, I'm just giving you shit.
No, I know.
I'm just
And
talking
where
shit
I'm
at this
torn
point.
is, and it's where I wish I was more of a mixologist because the flavor profile in a Jack Daniels is incredible.
No, the flavor profile is
No,
amazing.
and I'm wondering, almost, I'm torn between a sipper, which is why I said you're close, or saving it, because to me, with that flavor, so many cocktails you could probably make out of it.
But the problem-
I'm not the mixologist to be able to come up with that, and that's where I'm torn.
But
Now, if I had Jeremy over here to hire him to work my bar, which I probably could,
Fair.
All you
that
gotta do
would,
is
that
give
would
him
be my
drinks.
save.
Give him a Takara Gold, he'll be here.
I mean, you know, it's fine.
But
We might have 2 of those.
my whole thing is, well, you had 4 at one point.
We drank a lot of them.
I know we
Anyway,
did,
continue.
But my whole point of it is it's hot enough for you, because I know how you are with your eyes, and that's why I say it's a sipper, but it's readily available.
But the
you
funny-
can find that all day long.
But the funny thing
Absolutely.
with that one, I did not get it to be overly hot. That's a very
until you tasted it, and you were
No.
like, oh my God, this shit's hot.
no, I did not. I didn't get any bite out
Interesting,
of that at
Jim.
all.
You
Interesting.
get the fuck out of here. Motherfucker, please.
I did not.
Talking shit now. I can't even drink the rest of it. Here, you can have the rest of mine.
I will.
I have COVID, by the way.
That's all right.
We all do.
I
It's
got
fine.
over it a couple weeks ago. And it is. I mean, this is a tough one for me because all three are very good. They're all three I would serve to anybody at the house.
I don't know. I'm not going to serve E.H. Taylor to everybody.
The best part is
I can't get it.
the Weller Foolproof, I know makes an excellent bourbon cream. Jonathan Spicer did it for me one night.
That's very true. One of the best.
Clark and Bourbon.
Yes,
One
he
of the
did. I
best
remember.
mixologists
That was a good
in
night.
St. Louis, Jonathan Spicer, now of Olive and Oak, did
Olive
make
and
you,
Oak.
in fact, yeah.
So when do we need to go there?
We're planning it.
Yeah, we're planning it. So,
But great bourbon selection at Olive and Oak. If you haven't been there, go.
Yeah, if
There's
you are in the
a
St.
local
Louis area,
plug for
definitely.
the St. Louis restaurant and Jonathan Spicer, who behind the bar as a server is incredible. But
Any relation to Big D?
no, I don't think so. We
okay.
didn't ask.
Yeah, we got
But
that.
honestly, one night we were down dinner, Clark and Bourbon, and I like coffee after dinner. And I go, Jonathan, I got a favor. I want a coffee, but I want you to make a bourbon cream for me with Weller Foolproof. And I go, I hope I don't sound like an ass saying it. He goes, no, I actually love the idea. And it was absolutely incredible, the bourbon cream with the Weller Foolproof.
it was.
You're an ass.
I mean,
So,
Fine,
Your
but-
wife will agree with me. You're an ass. But whatever.
all right, back to what we're doing here
Yes.
to get back on track.
because this is a tough one and you're stalling.
You're exactly right. I am stalling
Yes.
because I'm torn. So, my sipper,
That E.H. Taylor is amazing.
it is.
I am so glad I didn't sell that bottle. Continue, please.
Now you're making me laugh about it
Exactly.
because within 48 hours ago it was.
Yeah.
So, God. I mean, Craig's right. I like my.
You like a hot.
I like a hot bourbon.
Yeah. Well, there is. No, I mean, there's a couple.
Our
There's
whiskey,
there's
but-
two hot bourbons
well,
up here. There's one very hot Tennessee whiskey. Because Jack Daniel's, ladies and gentlemen, is not bourbon.
So as much as it's going to pain me, I am going to sip the Jack.
I knew you were going to save that Jack. I knew somehow you were going to save it.
Oh, it was making the cut no matter what. I mean, you heard my reaction when I hit it, and it wasn't my first
Again,
one.
It's not bad. It's just way too fucking hot.
Now, this is where people are going to look at me
It's
and
like
go,
a
Jimmy
woman's
Range,
shower.
you're crazy.
I'm sorry. Wait, what?
It's like a woman's shower. You know how women
Okay,
take
how are you going this route? Let's hear it.
You know how women take hot showers.
Oh, I'm like, wait, where were you going with this one? Okay, all right, I
It's
get
a
you.
joke. It's a bad joke.
No,
but
no,
I'm
I-
drinking after Craig. I hope I'm not going to die.
I mean, it's fine.
herpes gonosyphilitis. Whatever.
Continue, Jim.
This show
All right.
really went off the rails.
Now, here's where I'm going to get people are going to be shocked by it.
Oh, you better not.
I'm going
Are
to,
you gonna?
I think he's going to.
out of the three, I mean,
If you say you throw that away, I'm taking that shit home with me tonight. I'm fucking. I swear to God, I am.
Oh boy.
I'm going to sink to Taylor.
Oh my!
God.
No!
He about choked when he said that.
No!
Are you gonna cry?
And I'm going
Please
to,
do.
I am going to cry.
Might bring ratings.
And I'm going to save the Weller just because I know how many different things you can do with that Weller and it's lower proof. That for the occasion of people over, I can do more with it.
I don't even know you right now.
But that flavor, it hit me with the Jack. I'm sorry, guys. Trust me, it's torn inside out. This is no different than me being a Raiders fan and rooting for the Chiefs because that's who I've got in the pool to make Jack.
Fucking Raiders suck.
Oh my God. All right, so Jim Range,
I'm sorry.
You're
Ball-
out of the picture.
ballpark him down. Give it to me.
Oh, here we go. Is that better?
They're lined up perfectly, right to left. My right to left, yours left to right on screen.
So you're gonna sip, sink,
Sip,
and
sink, save.
Wow. Jimmy Range. All right.
Totally unexpected, trust me. But my God, when I opened that up and took that sip, that butterscotch and that just, it's like, I could sit there, lighting up a cigar, sitting on the deck.
Are you gonna
and
be
having
that?
a couple pours.
Are you gonna be that old grandpa that always has butterscotch in his pocket?
Werther's Originals.
Right.
Werther's
That's what
Originals.
That's what I couldn't think of.
All day
Producer
long.
DJ K-pop knows what I'm talking about.
know what you're
Okay.
talking
She's better
All right.
smiling.
All
and
right.
shaking her
These
head.
are yours.
So,
And you knew we were going to be
You
all
know
over
he's
the
gonna
place
sink.
with this one.
You know he's gonna sink the Jack Daniels just because.
He likes going last for that reason.
Right.
well, I like to hear yours first, and then I'll give you the technicals behind the whys.
Oh
But
my
you
God.
saw where I was
because
torn on the
you
technical.
because you asked a reason behind it
Lost my
of
screen.
the why. So here's my thoughts. All right. So first and foremost, for my
cool story,
sip,
bro.
Exactly. For my sip, we are going to go with E.H. Taylor Barrel Proof. Mm-hmm. Okay. It has a very subtle sweetness. It also has a super, almost oaky apricot nose. Great flavor profile to it.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Now, so that's what I'm going to
Oh,
sip.
no.
I already had 2 of
No,
those.
you can't. You should have more of those and leave
Leave that for him.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll sell it to you.
So my sip, as I said,
Give me
E.H.
$20
Taylor Barrel
for
Proof,
it.
which I'm
It's
very
opened.
glad that I kept. My
measure the
sink
ounces.
of the evening is going to be the Weller
Wellers.
Foolproof.
I knew it. I knew both of you. Both of you about lost your souls with that Jack Daniels, and I can't believe it because you two don't like Jack Daniels.
I do not like.
Well, I can't say you don't like it.
I will tell you, I don't like Jack Daniels. I don't like Jack Daniels to me is overly sweet. The product that becomes Jack Daniels is just overly sweet. Okay, Old Number 7 to me is a sweeter, 86 proof whiskey.
Fair enough.
Okay? But it's not bad. It's super smooth, but
It's the same thing you get in every single bottle though. That's the one thing I like about it.
100%.
It does not change.
and also everyone who gives a tour at Jack Daniels is drunk.
Fair enough.
It was the craziest thing. They literally told me nothing that I didn't.
I would buy their product even more now.
I went on the tour. They didn't tell me anything that I didn't know about their product. I literally could have done the tour other than the guy who was giving it goes, on one of the boards of the thing, he goes, yep, I used to mow that when that one taught me kindergarten class. And I'm like, this is the greatest man ever.
Yeah.
He smelled like Jack Daniels. It was amazing.
My question
Yes.
to you:
Yes.
was it fun?
110%.
Okay, then why you?
It's one of the best tours.
Oh, I'm not bitching at all. All right, so for my sip, we are going to go with the Colonel, E.H. Taylor. For my sink, we are going to the Weller Foolproof. To me,
Wow.
because of...
Really?
Yes. Because of all of them, that to me lacks what I see in a barrel-proof whiskey. I want massive flavors. I don't want the hot. I want the oak. I want the sugar. I want the caramel. I want everything that hits, and that did not do it for me comparative to the others. My save, because it is such a high proof, is going to be the Jack Daniels, and here's why. So number one, this has more butterscotch on it than I have ever tasted in any high proof bourbon, including Blanton straight from the barrel.
Yep.
The Lincoln County method that makes this Jack Daniels, that makes it Tennessee whiskey, where they take it and they run it through the charcoal. That to me made this give me enough sweet of the butterscotch that it damn near tastes like a Werther's Original. I'm not kidding. It does.
I mean, what's the first
Now-
thing I said? I was struggling to pick it out.
Exactly.
It was butterscotch.
It's butterscotch. For real. The thing though is that this, and Jim actually saw me do it. I put ice in one of mine. I put a cube of ice in it to test it.
Damn.
The cube of ice brought out a tart cherry that I'm like, okay, I could literally take 130 proof and make 90 proof cocktails out of this, and it will kill at every party. I now wholeheartedly think everybody needs one bottle of Jack Daniels in their bar, and this is it.
See,
so-
that's where I was torn, honestly, because if I knew what I could do with it, that would have been my save, and I would have been flipped on these two because of that.
I would literally turn this into a
Mixer.
I would turn this into a New York whiskey sour in a heartbeat, because the tart
Okay,
cherry that
well,
pulls
that's
with-
what we got in 2 weeks. It's my birthday in 2 weeks, and I like whiskey sours, so you gotta make one.
I will.
Lucky I like old
Do you want? Okay, so
Well, I mean,
no, but I know exactly what you're talking about, and I tell you what, I'll even do it to where I'll make the red wine
I don't want red
ice
wine.
cubes.
I don't
No,
fucking want red wine. Fuck
Just
that.
the ice cube.
Do I look like I want red wine?
so
I want.
trust me. You want a real whiskey sour?
All
I
right.
got you.
Just kidding. I don't give a shit.
We're going to make it with this.
And we were gonna make it with that
But
because that's
I
amazing.
want to see how great this is gonna be. Because if it tastes like shit, it tastes
I'm
like
telling
shit.
I'm
Nope,
telling you it
we're
won't.
fine.
But what it all comes down to is our sip, sink, and save is of course brought to you by Brad Carey Realty.
Sorry, Brad. I just thought about
We
that.
just did a 30-minute diatribe on the 3 bottles here.
Well, what's funny is there's what, $1,000 worth of liquor sitting there?
More than that.
No, 6, 8.
Yeah, it's more than that.
900.
Cost $140.
Of course it did. It was $39.95.
$39.95. Yeah.
No, it's all brought to you
all
again
these bottles are $39.95.
by
That's what
Brad
Stacey
Carey.
Raines
Check
believes.
him out. Realty Executives. Brad Carey, thank you so much for all of your real estate needs in the St. Louis area. He has got you buying or selling. He will take care of you. Great stuff. Thank you very much, Brad, of course, for sponsoring the Sip, Sink, and Save segment and for sponsoring the MMA Bourbon Appreciation Society. This was a tough one tonight.
It was. It was. You know what? Honestly, I knew 2 out of the 3 were going to be. I wasn't sure where the Jack Daniels was going to fit in, and it blew 2 of us away. One, it knocked on his ass.
I'm
The other
lost.
2, it blew away.
Dude, honestly, I think the Jack Daniels, if it was just a little bit not so fucking hot, it would be amazing because it tastes good. It's just, I can't get over the heat. I cannot get over the heat.
I can feel you on that because I know that you're not a super high proof person.
No,
He
I
doesn't
don't
like
need the
spice.
heat.
He doesn't like heat.
I don't need the heat.
Right.
Spice, I don't care about. I don't need the heat.
No, the rye. You don't
You
like
know what I'm saying?
spice because of the rye.
Right.
So.
Well, yeah, you're breaking shit.
It's just my orange bitters. It's fine.
But anyway,
So-
let's move on.
All right.
Yes.
So fight night last weekend.
Well,
Jake Collier.
a lot of MMA has went
Yeah.
down in the last week, and also a lot of MMA this week. You've been on the road like a champ, so
Oh.
What's that?
2 shows, 4 trips back and forth to Kansas City last week.
Yeah.
LFA tomorrow night, and then Shamrock Saturday night, and then next weekend I fly to Phoenix for Bellator 273, Moldovsky versus Bader for the heavyweight title. So
Yeah.
it's going to be an interesting. It's been an
You
interesting
got a
start of
busy
the
3
year.
weeks.
oh, absolutely.
Oh, I
Well,
don't have a weekend off until February 29th.
Now LFA coming
Or
up.
not 29th, but 28th or something like that. Shit, I don't know.
LFA coming here to St. Louis, Missouri. Our own Charles Johnson putting his title on the line.
Let's go, Charles.
Yeah, great night of fights, of course. Check that out. I think tickets are still available for that show.
We got a little Danny Moriarty on there. Brittany Cloudy's coming back in town. She's
Yeah.
on that show. Who else is on there? God, what's Elmar? I can't say his last name.
Umarov.
Yeah, he's on there.
A lot of great,
lot of local,
lot of
big-
great
There
regional
are.
talent.
Yeah.
Great show. And what I don't remember what channel is LFA on.
It's on Fight Pass now.
Okay, it's on Fight Pass. And then, of course, on Saturday, Shamrock FC, you and I will be
Fight
there.
TV.
On
All
Fight.
3 of us will be there.
Yeah. We'll
be there.
Jimmy's back.
Yes, Jimmy is back in
Jimmy's
the perch.
been back. He's been hiding out.
That's fair.
Yeah, fair enough.
But LFA, you can go to lfatix.com to get those. Thank you very much, Marlene, for that. I greatly appreciate it.
The brains behind Brad Carey.
Well, exactly. The brains behind all
Somebody's
of it.
got to keep him in line.
For Nemesis fighting and everybody. So
pretty much.
But yeah, and then, of course, your boss, Ian Zarvos, fighting on Shamrock Fighting Championships coming up
And
against
then he
Cody
has a
Naki.
show. He has a show February 5th at the St. Anne's Civic Center, kickboxing and boxing. Jimmy D'Angelo is fighting, and Ryan Counterman, I think, is doing his final fight.
Wow.
So I'm kind of excited about that for Ryan.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to it. I love a good regional MMA. We've got some great ones here. You know, Shamrock FC is regional. LFA is a national brand that has been, feeding a lot of the UFC guys that.
But they've had
we've been-
this is our 2nd show here, right?
And it has been a great
I
thing
honestly-
that
well,
Brad
they've
Carey
had
and
more-
Marlene
they've
Kelly
had
helped
more
do.
recently.
Fourth show, yeah.
They've been back, but they were here for a while.
Well, I remember when they were
RFA.
yeah, back in the old days.
Back
so.
at the Chase Park
We
Plaza.
did it
Oh,
at
it
the
was
Chase.
so
Wrestling
good.
at the Chase. That's all I can think of. But no, they used so. Okay, so here's my thoughts.
Uh-oh.
Here's what I'm thinking. What do you guys think about this main event tomorrow night? Charles Johnson and the Morta or something like that from Brazil, 6-0.
I think it's probably the toughest test that Charles Johnson has had to date. I think that Charles is enough of a well-rounded fighter to be able to keep the title, and I think this sends him to the UFC.
I was thinking the same thing. I think this kid is coming into hostile territory.
Absolutely.
In St. Louis with Charles Johnson. Charles Johnson's no slouch. He's got 2 losses, and they were not 2 slouches.
I mean, but we followed Charles being
As an
local
amateur,
native.
yeah. I mean,
we followed his whole
Great
amateur
kid.
career.
Great kid.
He went and trained overseas.
He was
A lot
at
of
Tiger
movies-
Muay
he
Thai
was
for
at Tiger Muay Thai
a couple years or
Thai
something like
for
that.
quite a while.
Well, until COVID hit, and then he
then
came
he
back.
came back.
Now I think he trains up in Minnesota.
Yeah.
With
Joaquin Buckley.
Yeah,
he's up at Simmons, right?
Yeah, well, they're traveling a lot doing, but I have seen him online with Joaquin Buckley training too from the UFC.
So I'm excited for tomorrow night. I'm excited for Charles. I agree with Jeremy. I think a win tomorrow night puts him into the UFC.
So from what I understand, whoever wins this one gets the contract.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they get the call to the UFC.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I'm not sure about that, but I think that's how this one works.
I didn't hear that.
I think he's ready.
Oh, I absolutely. I think it's
he's
his
ready.
time.
I think he's
the growth I've seen in him just watching him fight and watching his last couple of fights compared to early.
Well,
early on, he relied on his athleticism
and his wrestling.
Right, but that growth of an overall striker and wrestling combined in that, he's at a completely different level.
I think
right
that
now.
year and a half or whatever it was at
absolutely.
Tiger Woods absolutely helped him a lot.
Yep.
And then, like I said, then we also have Shamrock Fighting Championships that comes up. I know that producer Matt's going to be there doing some stuff for us also.
We got my owner of the company
yes,
I work for,
Ian Zarvos taking on Cody Naki.
He's always fun to watch.
The tune-up Zarvos.
I find this one really funny that Cody Naki called somebody out.
He called him tune-up, didn't he?
He called him a tune-up fight.
Yeah, tune-up fight.
And I know that would piss me off.
Well, first thing, my whole thought on this is, if Cody has not watched Ian's last, 2 or 3 fights, Ian throws bombs. And then, I'm not talking like from the back pocket. I mean, like just...
Oh.
He hits you with a jab or a cross, and he fucking hurts you.
With kickboxing gloves. He's got the heavy gloves on that he's throwing those with.
Yeah.
He's hurting people with them.
Ian's also a grown goddamn man. He's not some...
No, he's got man strength.
Kid. He's 40, 3, 4, something like that.
What's fun with Ian watching him, he goes in there, he leaves it all in a cage. And Jesse's talked about this, that Ian got back into it to get his ass back in shape and be healthy in that.
That was the only reason he started training is to get healthy and to lose weight.
He's loved it, and just watching him go, he's another fighter. Watching him from the point he first started to now, it's fun seeing that progression, especially from being in the perch and watching it. You get to see that as an unbiased viewer.
As first thing, as one of Ian's employees, but also one of his friends, I really hope that Ian gets a test Saturday night. I think he needs it at 44. I think he needs a test. I'm really hoping Cody steps up and comes to fight. I'm not saying Cody isn't. I'm just saying I've seen Cody Naki fight a lot. I'm not going to lie.
But I did talk to him about this just getting ready for the preps, and he says that he changed camps for this. He's changed up a lot. He's not the herky-jerky fighter that he used to be.
Okay.
He's got a lot of straight boxing to him. So check that one out on Fight TV. That is FITE.tv, or check it out on ShamrockFC.com. No tickets are available, unfortunately, for that one. That one has sold out already. Like, even the standing rooms are sold out. But
if you guys go to Ian Zarvos' Facebook page, he might have a couple left. I don't know if he sold them all yet or not. But, we've had a couple backouts.
I gotcha.
So.
All right, and then Craig, a lot of Bellator stuff coming up.
Lots of cool shit.
Cool stuff from Bellator. I mean, tell me about this title unification. I know that we've got going on, right? The Ryan Bader fight is a...
Well, I know... Okay, so what I know...
Uh-oh, producer Matt may need a drink here. I'm not real sure.
What's wrong, producer Matt?
Okay.
So, anyway...
He's still crying over the last one.
Oh, my God. Anyway, all I do know about it is I believe Fedor wants to retire, or his last fight to be against Ryan Bader.
That's a...
For the title, though.
Ah.
So I don't... But he's fighting one of Bader's guys. So it's...
Yeah.
Or Fedor's guys, I'm sorry.
Right,
Bader. So I really... But I think they're going to fight in Russia. So it's one of those things I want to see it happen. I want to see Ryan Bader win just because I like Ryan. He's a super funny dude, super nice guy. But I also kind of want to see Fedor's guy win just because, I mean, the guy's worked hard to get there. I mean, it's not saying Ryan hasn't,
Right.
I just want to. I don't know. I just want to see a really good fight.
Well,
honestly, I'd love to see a 5-round war. But you never know with heavyweights how that's going to go.
Well, I am stoked for it, and Bellator's got a lot of cool stuff coming up. But
yeah, we got Justine Kish, who is signed.
Yeah.
She's fighting Deanna Bennett in February.
That'll be a fun fight.
Yeah, Bennett was just added to that fight card, right?
Yep. They had I think they had a main card fall off, and they added those two ladies. And then other than that, I mean, other than Other than Johnny Evelyn calling out Salter, that's
Yeah,
good.
I thought that was real interesting.
Both of those guys are hilarious, so it doesn't matter.
Well, it'll be fun. I am stoked for what Bellator's got coming. But my last one tonight, I wanted to get your opinions on this because Craig and I actually had this talk over tacos at dinner tonight.
Oh, God.
Oh, boy.
And that is the pay-per-view prices now of the UFC. The UFC has now kicked their pay-per-view up to almost $75.
Well, it's $75. It's $74.99.
$75.
Penny.
Okay. Number one, does this kill the average fan? And number two, is this good for organizations like Bellator, LFA, and Shamrock FC? Craig Nasello, give it to me.
The average fan is not going to pay well, I can't say the average fan. I say the average fan might, on a special occasion pay that $74.99 if a certain fighter's fighting. The everyday fan, no. It's too much money. It's too much money.
Because how many pay-per-views do they have now?
I don't know, but it's too
At
much
least once a
goddamn
month,
money.
right?
So there's 12
So
pay-per-views
you're
a year.
talking
$900 a year. Almost $1,000
$1,000. It's
for
$75
pay-per-views.
If it was $80, you're $960 or $1,000.
But you can get on Shamrock or Showtime and watch Bellator for free. You can wait till a fight night.
Yeah, Shamrock is $10.
Yeah, you can.
Nemesis is $10. Matt. $20. Yeah, I think Shamrock's the same probably. $19.95.
You can get you get Fight Pass for $9 a month and watch
LFA.
Yeah,
You know,
I mean
that-
just all kinds of
LFA,
stuff.
FAC, all of these that are out
But
there.
even here,
Well, FAC, that's another big show. I can't. Oh, that's in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
That's gonna be awesome.
So,
Doing,
100 versus
okay.
1,000.
So does this
Yeah.
hurt the UFC by raising the prices?
I don't know if it hurts them. I just don't think it's wise on their part, especially with the way everything has gone up in price lately. Like our economy has skyrocketed lately.
I mean, let's face it, there are people out here spending $400 or $500 on a bottle
yeah,
of whiskey.
I mean,
damn it.
I can count 2 assholes right now. But what I'm saying is, it's just, does it help other organizations? I would hope so. I would hope other organizations would find their way over, or other people would find their other way over to other organizations.
And
Good Lord, I can't talk tonight.
Well,
Yeah,
that's what 130 proof and $1,000
And 2 hours of sleep in 2 days.
Right. So though, Jimmy, give me your opinion.
So
No one cares.
nobody cares. What
Absolutely
Jimmy Raines
cares
says.
about what Jimmy Raines says.
But no, I mean, it's interesting because you think about it. How many people are already streaming?
Yeah, that's the other
So-
thing. Is how
How
much
many
illegal
illegals?
streaming is going to happen?
How many illegals? They're going to continue to do that. And it's part of it that they're trying to recoup what they're losing from people streaming. But if the impact is going to be that many more are going to stream now. So you're not going to recoup anything. You're going to lose more.
Yeah.
I do think it benefits the other organizations, especially when there's so much banter going back and forth. I'm going to bring up a name that, not because I support him, but the whole fact that he's calling out Dana around sharing of revenue and that. Now you're jacking up the prices.
We were going to go through one show without Jim Range mentioning Jake Paul, and
But
there
I
it
didn't
was.
mention the name. But you think about the revenue
You
sharing
didn't
and what
have to
Dana
mention
Paul,
his name. We should not speak his
Dana
name.
pays the fighters compared to what some of the other ones are, and the revenue they've lost from losing sponsorship and such. I think what happens is you do start when you start jacking it up. My topic I'm going to throw at you guys in a little bit
Oh, boy.
is.
Well, you don't talk, bro. Don't bring it up
I'm
now.
not going to bring it up now, but I've
Finish
got
your
one I want to
thought.
throw at you guys.
Shit.
But what's the impact? You've got all the fighters leaving. How many fighters are going to continue to leave UFC to go on to
didn't
other
you-
events and other
I've-
promotions in general?
Didn't producer Matt just say Nagano's
That's
last
a
fight is
very
this weekend?
legit. Yeah, it's his last one on his contract.
So what's
All
that going to do? UFC at some point, by not paying their fighters, by taking away their sponsorship, jacking up prices, it's going to be a combination of the fighters are going to leave. You're not going to have a quality fighter. You're going to have a higher paid cost to watch it. People are going to quit watching it. And are putting on so many
Can't
damn
remember
shows
la-
already.
I honestly can't remember last time I watched a UFC show.
Well,
We've bought a couple of the big high-end title fights, but like Craig said,
And then
it's
we bought
based
Jake
on
Paul.
who's fighting.
and then we bought Jake Paul.
which I'll admit.
but you guys...
And then we bought Jake Paul.
All
right. Let us know what you think in the comments here on Facebook.
No,
and
what's
on
your
our
thought,
YouTube.
dickhead? You didn't even say nothing. Come on,
I was hoping to
yeah,
not have to
exactly.
throw my
You're trying to
opinion out
fucking
there.
get out of it.
All right. So, number one, I think that this, for the casual fan,
Cool story.
is it's rough. I know that there was a comment made in the comments that we were talking about. Well, it's $1,000 to watch the pay-per-views, and there's $1,000 of liquor in front of us.
Who said that?
Very
Marlene.
fair, Miss Marlene.
I want to know how Marlene knows those numbers.
Yeah, exactly.
I need to talk to you more.
My phone's dead, or I didn't see it.
Yeah,
I talk shit.
But
I didn't scroll.
I think that what this.
What
I'm
do
gonna
you?
throw this
It's the
bitters
bitters.
out.
You've been drinking too much tonight.
Okay.
Ricky Trevor, cheers for showing up, and yes, Craig is a bully.
Absolutely is. But all right, here's where I come down to this.
I
think that this does something for the local, regional mixed martial arts promotion.
I hope so.
I think that this helps Nemesis Fighting Championships here, or Nemesis Fighting Alliance here in St. Louis. I think that it helps Shamrock Fighting Championships. I think that it helps FAC. I think that it shows, and I think it helps LFA. I think that it shows that, okay, there are just as good of a production and fight quality, because let's face it, the average fan isn't going to know the difference in an amateur and a professional.
Right.
They're going to know that two guys are fighting it out and they're going to duke it out. I'm sorry, but it's true.
No, you're right.
And so I sincerely hope that by the raise in this, that it helps the local / regional organizations pull more fans who are looking for fight action. So, all right, Jim Range, you said that you had one for us. Hit me with it.
So, what's your guys' thoughts on MMA versus
On Jack
boxing?
Daniels?
I know your thoughts on Jack Daniels.
It
You really like
scares-
the barrel proof. It's
I hate
scary.
to say it, but also if you throw E.H. Taylor and throw an ice cube in it, it completely changes the complexity of it.
I just had a conversation today with Chad, who's watching the show in the office while we were talking. Just 1 or 2 drops of water in
Changes
a
the
bottle
world.
completely changes it. If you haven't done it, do it. Take your favorite bourbon, drop 2 drops, put 2 drops of water in it.
Do you want to know why? Real quick. Just for another...
You're going to bore Craig out, but yeah,
I am
it's
gonna
even
bore-
better because put him over the edge.
Exactly. So, all right. So there is a molecule in bourbon called quiasol, and it's only released whenever you add water to bourbon, and that is what changes the flavor every time you put 2 drops of water
So
in
that's all it took to get Craig off
That
the
was
set?
it. So,
Wow.
all right, Jim Range, continue yours,
So,
please.
I'm going to throw at you 2 now.
All right.
You got fighters changing promotions.
Yes.
You've also got MMA fighters who are huge names. And it goes back to one of the threads we talked about it last week or over the last couple of weeks is who produces better superstars, boxing or MMA? But you've got all these high-name fighters who are leaving MMA for stupid, ridiculous salaries compared to what they were making in boxing.
I love the fact that Ricky Trevor just said as soon as Craig walked off that the show just got better. Oh, Ricky, we appreciate that. That's funny.
It's all good, Ricky.
Okay,
Ricky
so-
Trevor, you're coming on one day to drink with us.
Yeah, we've got several who want to come on. All right, Craig, the crossovers. Thoughts?
What's your thought on it? One, it's a 2-part question.
Get paid. Fuck them.
No, exactly.
There's the answer to
I
that.
mean, money talks and bullshit walks. At this
And
point,
then what's the impact of fighters who had the ability to cross over? And
I would say
leave?
10 years ago, MMA was putting out the bigger superstars than over boxing.
10 years ago?
10 years ago.
Fair, okay.
10 years ago.
10 years ago, we would have
Right
been
now-
in the Matt Hughes, Carlos Newton type of age. So that's 20 years ago, wouldn't it?
That's
Yeah.
15 plus.
God
Yeah.
bless it, I've been around this business
So
way too
anyway,
long.
my thought is, okay, so 10 years ago, I would say the bigger superstars were coming in. The sport wasn't as watered down as it was, or as it is
You're saying
now.
it's watered down now?
Yes, absolutely.
I'm not arguing. I'm just asking Craig to verify it.
A little bit. I think.
no, I think we all agree on it.
I think
We
a
talked
UFC. I think a UFC having a show every single weekend is really not helping.
You don't have the elite stars there anymore.
Yeah, right.
Elite fighters, I mean.
You don't have that show that you're looking forward to. Like, holy shit, so and so's fighting this weekend, and it's a big event.
Do
it's
you
a big
remember
deal.
when it was like Anderson the Spider Silva's gonna fight, and all your buddies came over,
Right?
And then or Matt Hughes was gonna fight Carlos Newton because I've been around that long. I mean, it was a crazy thing, you know?
Right. So,
But
but
now-
name me a boxer from 10 years ago, other than Floyd Mayweather.
You got Canelo,
okay,
you got
I was gonna say you don't want us to do this because we're boxing people.
I understand that, but does the fucking casual fan know that?
But the casual fan may not.
But does the casual fan know that? Because I'm gonna be the first one to tell you, I've been a cut man for over 10 years now, and I have no fucking clue other than Canelo, Mayweather, and
well, you got to give Bob kudos for this one.
Whatever.
Bob would not call him.
And then
Mayweather.
And then what's his Pacquiao?
Yep, Manny.
That was the only three names I knew back then.
But here's the thing: how many boxing fans give a shit about MMA? How many mixed events have we seen? We had XFN, we had Rumble Time. There were mixed shows.
But
if you had the boxing event at the end, your boxing fans showed up. If you had them early,
they left.
So your MMA fans showed up.
They left.
I can tell you that somebody who has worked the boxing side. So as you said, Craig, you've been a cut man in MMA for 10 plus years.
Right.
I've been doing the same thing in boxing for that long. Boxing people don't like MMA people. They think that it's a barbaric sport.
And getting punched in the fucking head, and the only way to win is to knock that person down by getting punched in the head or the body the whole time.
I understand.
Is not barbaric.
I'm telling
you. I mean, I'm not saying
no,
there ain't no fucking science. Let me punch you in the fucking head for 12 straight rounds until either you fall down or I get tired and you knock me out.
But I will tell. But what I'm saying is, I will tell you that
get the fuck out of here.
I was literally. I sat in L.A. and somebody goes, "Oh yeah, you're that MMA guy," and I'm like, "Is that bad?" And they're like, "Yeah, we don't care for you people."
Yeah, I'm like, but why you want to be a jack off?
Well, that's boxing.
But
I
it goes back. So boxing's been around forever. MMA has not. It's no different than any other sport when you bring in and change it a little bit. You've got the purebreds versus.
I understand. I understand that. I get that. I really do get that, and I completely understand. And I have nothing against boxing. My big hang up with boxing is on the local level with amateur boxing.
Amateur boxing is a whole other
amateur
animal.
boxing in general is a fucking joke.
Even Olympic boxing, when it's a point system, is different. So
completely.
But that's my big hang up with boxing. I enjoy boxing. I like Crunch Time. I actually like Mayweather. I hate saying that, but I do like. Yeah. I mean, he's good. He's one of the greatest. So I was a huge Mike Tyson fan growing up. But I would rather watch an MMA fight than a boxing match.
I get it.
There's more ways to win. There's less damage taken sometimes. But
I will tell you.
Here's my other question. Here's my question to you guys. How many guys have died boxing, and how many guys have died fighting MMA?
Well,
let's carry that to the next show.
That would be an interesting one to carry to the next show. I like that one. Let us know what you think in the comments here of our Facebook and YouTube.
Honest.
Go check us out. Like I said, go check out our YouTube channel. Go give us a follow. We are also on Instagram at MMA Bourbon Society, on Twitter at MMA Bourbon. This has been a pretty heated show. I mean, to the point that I saved Jack Daniels, ladies and gentlemen.
Excuse me.
And that's where it all goes. All right, guys. Thank you very much for joining us for our 26th episode. Jimmy Range, Craig Nasello, myself, Jeremy Johnson. Thank you very much, and we'll see you next time right here at the MMA Bourbon Appreciation Society.
Cheers, everybody.
See you guys. What you